Video number 3, I've now added another book to the pile, and it seems I still have a double chin, so I guess it actually doesn't matter how many books there are making my laptop higher. I think I just have a double chin. More about that later. What I really want to talk about is me, because I'm an only child and I have 3 parents, so I just really have a bit of narcissistic tendencies, you know, in a nice way though, not in like a gross way. But anyway, what I really want to do is explain to you how this business happened. The truth is, I don't really know how it happened. It's pretty much all from the creator of all things. I didn't really create anything, but I'm very grateful to have been a messenger in this process of kind of perhaps making premium natural deodorant more mainstream and more like available to the masses, and I don't know, whatever, that seems like a bit of a stretch. But basically, even when I got married, which thank God is 10 years ago now, nearly 10 years ago, and before that, like for about a year or two before that, I was really just obsessed with like editing my life and reducing everything back down to its first principles, whether it was food or lifestyle or you know, distractions, anything like that. I just kind of was like, let's just take this right down. Like, what do we need from eating? What do we need from rest? So the black lung, it hasn't healed miraculously in 15 minutes. I was always obsessed with this thing of like, if I didn't have a GHD, what would I look like, you know, and would I still be attractive if I couldn't sit in GHD and highlight my hair? And, you know, if I didn't have makeup, like, would I still be, you know, acceptable in the tribe? And I just was always obsessed with these concepts. And then once I got married, I had my own home, had my own space. It sort of took this preoccupation took on a new dimension, because I was able to control everything that came into my life and into my home. And I started to kind of edit the products that we use, the foods that we ate more prolifically. And my husband and I were always kind of trying to find a balance of, you know, like being in this world and pursuing our values. And it's really difficult, I think. And about 5 years ago, my son was 1. It's about 5.5 years ago, we bought what we thought was like the holy grail of homes. As I say, there's actually no such thing as the Holy Grail. I should have known. But, you know, there's this like gated community in the area that we live in. And we always kind of were like, wow, one day when we're rich and famous, we'll live there. And by some like crazy twist of fate, we were able to buy a home in this little mini estate. And, you know, we only had one child. He was a year old, and it was a 4-bedroom home, and, you know, it had like a double garage and a staff quarters and a playroom and a formal dining room and an informal, like it had all these things. I mean, I'm probably fluffing it up a bit. I don't think it wasn't like the West Wing and the East Wing, but you know, we kind of were like, this is it. And we just kind of kept waiting for the penny to drop. Like, when are we going to be like, okay, cool, we've arrived, we're here. And, you know, during that time, my husband's then boss landed up buying him a Mercedes-Benz, and we were like, oh my gosh, we have the house and we have the car, and like, we're just so fancy. And we just like never really felt anything. And if there's one thing I've learned in life, like, it's not about the thing. It's not about like the house or the car or the shoes. It's about the feeling you think it's going to give you. I assume that feeling that one chases is happiness or satisfaction. It never landed for us. And eventually one day my husband just came home. At that time my brother-in-law was building himself like a small cottage slash like tiny home, I guess is the phrase at the moment, on my in-laws property. And like there was just such a jealousy in me, a loving jealousy, like I was happy for him, but I was just like, that's so cool. And at this stage we had been living in this home for 2 years. I had given birth to my daughter. She must have been about 6 months old at this point, and my husband just came home and said to me, I'm in my right mind right now, and I think we should sell our house and build at my parents'. He was like, we literally use the bedroom. We like massive co-sleepers. So the 4 of us were all in the master bedroom. We used the master closet because I'm also a minimalist and I believe in like a capsule wardrobe. So I have a capsule wardrobe, my husband has a capsule wardrobe, and then I have for my kids. So we didn't even like use any of the closets throughout the home. And my kids like never played in their playroom because they always wanted to be near us. So they would just bring their toys to where we were, which was generally in the kitchen at like the breakfast table. So my husband was like, we literally use 2 rooms, the kitchen and the bedroom. Let's just go build that at my mom. And this was like my lifelong dream to create an eco pod, which I did. It's actually so much easier and cheaper than one thinks. Really, the main thing that draws current is the geyser or anything that heats water and cooking. So we had a gas stove and we had a solar geyser, and then I wired my washing machine and my dishwasher to the solar geyser, so there were no elements being used. It was just amazing. I think our first month electricity bill was 30 rand, and that's where we live now. We built it I think in October 2018, if I'm not mistaken. We had to move out at a stage and then we had to move back in, but anyway, thank God we're here and we're so happy. And really throughout that journey, I obviously was experimenting with all different cosmetics and foods and organic vegetables and like just everything, trying to like get this lifestyle together. And I've kind of like eliminated most products from my life, like creams and face creams and, you know, shampoos and all of this. I haven't eliminated shampoo, I still wash my hair, but I'm just saying like treatments and all this kind of thing. But the one thing that was like just not going ever was deodorant, and I always used to make the deodorant for us, and soon my friends would be like, oh, please just make some for me. So I'd be at their house and I'd be like, come, let's see what's in your pantry, how can we make you some natural deodorant? And it just snowballed from there. Actually, it didn't snowball from there. That went on for years. And then eventually at the end of last year, I don't know what overcame me. And that's why I say it like actually has nothing to do with me. I got this idea to kind of put a message out to my network and say, does anyone want to, you know, is there anyone who really suffers badly with body odor? And if so, do you want to sample my deodorant? And I handed out a couple samples. At that stage, it was literally like a little cream, which was based in coconut oil. So most of the time it melted. And one woman tried it and was so blown away by the results that she just posted something on a Facebook group, and you know, as they say, the rest is history. It just completely exploded. I became obsessed with finding like a user-friendly container and a way to make the deodorant not melt and a way to keep it 100% natural and non-GMO and all these are crazy things. My goal was to have an edible deodorant. Like, obviously tastes disgusting, but push comes to shove, it's so natural you can eat it, because my motto is if you can eat it, you can put it on your skin. Whatever goes onto your skin goes into your bloodstream within like a minute or 60 seconds or 30 seconds, something like that. And thank God, like, we managed to achieve that. And then I just had amazing like moments of help from the universe. Like, someone recommended Equid to me, which is you can use it for free. We have, thank God, upgraded to, you know, a more premium plan, but you know, to have an e-commerce store. And I just started educating myself about digital marketing, and it's just become like my fourth child, this business. My husband and I work here full time, and we are just obsessed with like giving our customers as much value as possible. We know how valuable the deodorant is. We know it works. We know that by using it, you are doing a massive service to your personal health, because you are not putting that crap into your body. And that's basically our story. That's who we are. That's how this all happened. So hope you enjoy my little nursery rhyme about myself.